Hello everyone. Today is May 6th, 2020. This is MJ, and from today or from this video we are going to see the third prerequisite of Hadoop, which is SQL. If you are keeping track, we saw Unix OS, which was the first prerequisite. Then we went through some of Java concepts. Now starting from this video we will see a few concepts in SQL which I think uh, are important for you to know if you are working in data field. So some of the themes that we are going to go through is what is the database in this video, then what is a table, what's the difference between a table and a view, then we will go through some of the commands, just the list of commands that are present in SQL. So like data definition language, data query language, data manipulation language, and data control language. There is something called as transaction control language too, but we won't go through that. So let's dive in. First of all, SQL. So what it stands for? So it stands for Structured Query Language. And SQL has been around for more than 20-30 years now. I don't know when it started, but it has been around for some time. And if you are a data professional, it is expected that you know at least the some working pieces of SQL, and that is one of the reasons we are going through few concepts in SQL. Now, what do you mean by database? So database is a collection of table, and what I mean by that is consider a database as an ocean, and the water that you see in that ocean will be some table which you physically you cannot separate, but let's assume that you are separating it right now. So that entire ocean will be a database, and you can select tables from a database. So collection of tables can be called as a database. Table is an actual entity which holds the data. So let's say if you own a school or a business, and you wanna keep track of all the transaction that happen in that business, then you can put it in a table so that you will know how many items you sold, how many items you have to put in your inventory to keep track of all that information. Now Vue, so this is very near and dear to my heart. A quick story about Vue is I was interviewing for Cognizant when I was in my undergrad, and when the interviewer asked me to explain the difference between table and view, I could explain it correctly, and I think that was one of the reasons I got my job. So it's very important for you to know for you to understand the difference between table and view. So table acts like a view acts like a table, but it's not it doesn't physically store the data, so it is just a reference to a table, and whenever you want to see the data of a view, it actually goes to the table on which that view is created, and that's how it fetches the data. So I will just write it's a logical connection to the table. And please note that while creating the view, you must mention which table it is going to fetch the data from. Then some of the commands that are supported by SQL, and if you are keeping track of all the information that is going to be shared through this course, you know we are going to see Apache Hive, which also has a query language called Hive Query Language or HQL. So that is somewhat similar to SQL, but it doesn't support all the commands that I am listing here. So you can say Hive commands is a subset of all SQL commands that we will see. And mostly SQL I am referring from relational database point of view. So please note that there is a difference between Hive and RDBMS or SQL. So in data definition language, we have command called create. Again, very high level. Create is used to create database or table or view. Then alter command is used to change the data type or structure of a table. Drop drop command is used to change the drop is used to drop the table. It means that it will wipe out the table as well and in the data too. Rename command is used to rename a table. Truncate command is used to wipe the data only from the table. So the difference between drop and truncate is truncate will only remove the data keeping the table as is, whereas drop will remove both the data and the table. Data query language, it has only one command, which is select. So with the help of select command you can print the contents that are present in the table. Data manipulation language, the first command is insert. With the help of insert command you can insert records in a table. Then you have update. With the help of update command you can update the data that you have in the tables. For example, right now I am 29 years old, next year I'll be 30, so I can update the date with the help of update command. Delete command is used to delete the record from a particular table. So please note the difference between truncate, drop and delete. Drop will delete the table and the data. Truncate will only delete the data, not the table. And delete command will delete the content in the table, keeping the table structure as is. Now you have data control language, which has grant and revoke command. So these two commands I use a lot when, let's say, I'm working with a teammate and we want to exchange the findings of a particular project. So I have to give access to my table to that particular teammate, and once the task is done I can revoke the access. So I can give access with the grant command, I can take away the access with the help of revoke command. Then you have transaction control languages, a language which is like mostly related to PLSQL. So I won't cover that now. It has rollback and commit sort of command. So just for the sake of it, I will write here commit and rollback. So I will just write a single word here. So this stands for data definition. So I will write definition, data query, data manipulation. Then you have data control language, and this is transaction control language. So to recap things that we saw, and it's right in front of you, we saw what's a database, what's a table, what's a view, and then we saw all the commands that are part of DDL, DQL, DML, DSL, and TCL respectively. So I know it was super fast, but this is just an introduction and our crux. I'm like really excited to start talking about Hadoop, so that's why I'm quickly winding up through these prerequisite. So in the next video, we will see how to actually create the database and table and view, then table and view. Then we'll see how to actually insert the data in those tables, how to select the data from those tables, and most of these commands that I showed you or explained you just now. So hope this was useful and you guys are finding it workable. This was MJ. Click like, comment, share, subscribe. See you. Bye bye.